Hi, I am Patricia, FilmedByRici on Instagram. I am a photographer, videographer, set designer, artist, multifaceted. Yeah. I started with visual art in 2020. So I started painting during COVID. So I'm a nurse and I found that to be my coping mechanism. In 2022, I just decided to pick up photography and I applied to all these residencies in Chicago and I started to meet people and build community. Connecting with people in this way through my art kind of pushed me to keep pursuing it. I just found my passion through like creating these fantasy worlds and getting to collaborate with people that can look like a film or a photo set. And I just kept following my intuition. It led me to more and more opportunities and more people that aligned with my values. I'm very passionate about continuing to create because it has also led me to event planning now. So I've done a few events and it leads me to more things and opportunities. And I feel like being an artist is more of like a way of living than anything because it keeps you open to possibilities like a way that was never there before. Who or what influences my artistic vision? I would say one of the people is like FKA Twigs because of how whimsical she is. I literally have a fairy tattoo here. Oh, a fairy tattoo here. Because that energy of like fairy like energy, I think reflects in my work. It's very ethereal and like dreamlike. It flows. It's like very flowy energy. And another one, like Petra Collins, she's a film photographer. Going back to world building, she creates these worlds where you kind of feel like you're in a dream. And I love that shit. Like, I love when someone is so immersed into your art that they feel like they're tapping into your world and into your brain. And then that also inspires other people to express themselves in the way that they see things in their head. Because, yeah, like I can transport you into my world real quick, like from just a photo or a video. And those two people are big influences. And there's so many, like my friends are big influences on me. When I create with my friends, I'm just like, oh, I never saw it that way. Creating with them and collaborating with my friends shows me how much there is to discover. Mentally, spiritually, I am just more open to life happening and the changes that inevitably occurs, being adaptable to life and also being open to just the different ways that your life can play out. You can plan your projects to like very specific detail and it could still not turn out the way that you pictured it in your head, but that's also a part of the fun, is like the act of discovery. I feel like it's allowed me to be more open with who I am as a person. Like we're ever changing. You don't have to conform to like this one person, like your viewpoint of yourself. You don't have to conform to labels about yourself. And that's the fun part. And I love to model in that way too, because I get to play and like become a different person entirely. And then spiritually, definitely feel more in touch with God. We're creators. You're even closer to God and source because you're tapping into this power. I've met a lot of people that have had the same experiences, and it's very refreshing to kind of like be affirmed in the way that you are living as an artist through your community. The concept and overall vision for my recent project was stem from emotions that I've felt throughout different relationships in my life, like romantic relationships. It got downloaded into my brain from some sort of emotion. And I remember opening my notes app and like writing down everything that I was vividly seeing in my mind for the visual concept. I think it just touches on the idea of love and clinging and how we can confuse addiction and clinging with love, but also stepping back and questioning if both can coexist at once. Because you can't say that even in a toxic relationship that love was not there. I think sometimes in our attempt to avoid losing something or in our attempt to keep the joy, we hold on to things really tightly because we don't want to lose it. This project was inspired by that idea of like evaluating all these emotions within me, trying to learn from them as well, kind of also just portraying my emotions in a visual aspect that words can't necessarily describe. I'm a very emotional person. I'm a Cancer sun and a Cancer rising. So I just feel a lot of things and it's really hard for me to describe. And I think this film project allowed me to release these emotions in a way that's like, yes, like I've felt all these lows and all these negative emotions with love, but I'm happy to take the lesson from it and transmute this energy of sadness, negativity, and turn it into inspiration for art. As artists, we often do that where we take a really negative experience and transmute that energy to become like something beautiful. I got to work with such a cool team. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm like so happy and proud of this team. Like Fat as my DP, Alani as my actress, my little actress. She's so talented. C as the first AC, Frank as my grip and gaffer, Israel as my BTS, and Hanako and Isa. I'm like shouting out people like I'm in the Grammys. Having a team that you trust and also you feel comfortable around and like that you are also inspired by, I feel like that just made for such a great day and great turnout for the film project, because this is my first project that I had with the team that I directed. I just saw this vision so vividly in my mind and I'm so excited about it and like I'm so proud of it. A lot of emotions inspired this little visualizer and I want to make this visualizer an intro to an interview series that I'm going to do that will touch on the concept of love, clinging, love and loss, how willing we are to keep on loving in romantic relationships despite all the pain that comes with it. Getting this project together in the pre-production, a lot of it was a learning experience for me. Fat helped me a lot. He's super talented and I had my ideas written out in a way and I had my references. I usually use this website for my references for what I see in my mind. Storyboarding and pre-production is definitely important. So we would just walk step by step, like what emotion we want the audience to feel with each shot, the color grading that we want for each. And then it can help us in the actual shooting day. Everything will run smoothly because we already know like, oh, this is how we want to light it. And that helped me so much. And I think this is just the beginning of many more that I'm just so excited because I got to practice this role of purely just being a director and editor. Because typically I'm like doing everything. Having a team of people that know what they're doing and they're good at it just helps the process go by so smoothly. My favorite part about doing this and being an artist is that I get to create worlds and be inspired by other people and constantly be in the act of discovery because life is so full and beautiful. And when your eyes are open to all that beauty and all that hope and like creation, it's just a better way to live. There's going to be trials and tribulations, but having this background as an artist kind of just allows you to flow, not with more ease necessarily, because sometimes life is harder as like a sensitive artist. Yeah, building community with other artists too is a really beautiful part of it all. Venus retrograde is ending soon, so there's a lot of themes of love, right? With this little visualizer touching on love, I think it was a very reflective piece because it also helped me reflect on my boundaries in not only romantic love, but also in all my relationships in life, learning how to stay true to myself while maintaining my boundaries and maintaining these friendships and relationships and treating people with respect in that way, but also truly knowing myself and what I want and not doubting these intuitive pulls. I'll have like an intuitive pull like my intuition is like yelling at me and I know it to be true, but then I'll be like, oh, like, let me give them another chance. And I think I learned, you know what is true. You know your truth. You know, if you are true to yourself and if you're confident in yourself and know who you are, you need to listen to that intuition. And I do meditate a lot and I pray about things when I'm in states of confusion about decisions. Yeah, I've learned that I just gotta trust. I gotta trust in myself, in the path, and that I'm guided and protected. If I could go back to my younger self and give myself advice, I would say don't waste as much time going back and forth with decisions and just practice being decisive. It just saves you time. But obviously, I wouldn't change anything that I've done in the past because it's taught me a lot of things. Building habits like in daily life, like cleanliness or like going to the gym and like building these habits that perpetuate like discipline in your daily life is so important as an artist as well, because discipline and creativity like goes hand in hand as well, especially if you want to make your art like a business. And I think discipline is so important. So kind of just like honing in on that maybe more or faster, but I don't know. I feel like I'm doing my best. So next 5 years, I would hope to cultivate more community within Chicago and then also within other places in the world. I'm starting to explore different artist residencies, and I want to just be immersed in different cultures artistically. Hopefully doing art and like freelance work full time. What else do I want? I don't know. I have a lot of goals, but I'm hoping to continue cultivating good community, good friends around me, and then staying true to myself. Yeah.